You have to hand it to Alfa's designers. They certainly know how to style cars that are appealing to the eye. For the 147, they've also devised Alfa's most upmarket interior yet. And with some fine engines to power the car along, it seems the Italians could finally be onto a winner. Sadly, it doesn't turn out quite that way, because the 147 is compromised in too many areas. Alfa engines usually leave little to be desired, but frequently the chassis can't do them justice. That's the case here. The petrol engines need revs to give their best, but reward you with lovely noises when you do stretch them. The diesels, meanwhile, have tremendous urge, especially the 150 brake horsepower version. You can't really fault the way the 147 attacks bends through its ultra-sharp steering, though a little more feedback would be welcome. But the suspension is too stiff to smother bumps. Perversely, it's not firm enough to prevent the car bottoming if you drive over road humps too quickly. 2-litre and V6 147s are available with a semi-automatic gearbox operated by paddles behind the wheel. But we'd stick with the less complex and easier to master manual. One of the biggest issues with the 147 is space, or lack of it. While it's true that the Alfa is intended to be more of a sporty, small hatchback than a practical one, there are similar cars that drive as well and provide more rear seat room. The Alfa is adequate at best. Nor is its boot the most practical. It's comparatively small for this size of car and hampered by a high lip, though the split rear seat can be lowered to give you a bit more cargo space. Things are much more attractive from the driver's viewpoint. The dash, control panels and switchgear are stylish and covered in soft-touch surfaces, and the driving position is infinitely variable thanks to the range of seat and steering column adjustment. A more firmly padded backrest would improve things further. The 147 is priced a little above the top-selling small hatches, but some way below the posh German cars in this class. It won't hold its value as well as Audi and BMW rivals, but it's no worse than the rest, though business leasing rates and company car tax bans make it a costly option. Insurance, servicing and fuel bills will be comparatively high for private buyers. You do get a good level of equipment though, with all models having air conditioning, a CD player and anti-skid control. The 147 is a bit of an acquired taste. Few similar cars are more seductive, but many are easier to live with. So while you may experience love at first sight, remember it will be expensive to keep, and there's a side to it you might not like once you get to know it.